Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. It's the FPL Pundit here, and in today's video we're going to be doing the wildcard team selection for game week 9. So if you're new to my channel, kindly hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notification icon so that anytime I post a new video you are going to be aware. So this video is for you if you're going to be using your wildcard in game week 9, and even if you don't have wildcard to use, you're going to be making multiple transfers, you can pick insights from this video. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video, guys. Yeah, so welcome back, guys. Now we see that the wildcard team selection I made in game week 8 scored about 63 points. So let's quickly do a review of what the team looked like in game week 8. So I had Guaita, Matip, Cancelo, Chalobah. All the picks I made for the defense actually did well, even down to the bench. This is about 19 points on the bench, and if I had actually used bench boost, we would see that the points will have been added to the entire squad that scored about 63 points. We see that Guaita is the only player left to play. The team is quite an excellent one. Salah did well, Son as captain also did well, although the attack was bad, and we are going to be rectifying this in game week 9. So without further ado, let's move straight to the wildcarding in game week 9. So some of these players are going to be remaining in the squad, and some of them are going to be leaving the squad. So I always say something that whenever you're making team selection using wildcard, there are certain players you just need to have in your team, and these are players like Salah. So we're going to be having Salah first to the team, and I'm going to be keeping Son also in the team. And this time around, I think we're going to be doing away with Benrahma, as it has been several game week now since Benrahma last scored a goal. Townsend is going to still be in the squad, yes. And for the defense, there's not much that is going to be done in the defense, as we're going to be keeping Azpilicueta, we're going to be keeping Matip, we're going to be keeping Cancelo, Livramento, and Chalobah. So the team selection for wildcard in game week 9 still remains the same for the defense. So the major changes are actually going to come from the midfield and the attack, and this time around the first player we are going to be bringing to the attack is Jamie Vardy. So okay, not Jamie Vardy exactly, but I think Firmino is what been in this squad. Now Firmino has scored a hat-trick in game week 8, and although he has not been a regular starter, as we see that he has been switching places with Jota, this is actually giving Klopp a lot of headache on who to start at times. So now seeing Firmino getting his reading back in the Premier League, he's scoring goals now, we'd see that Klopp would consider starting him more often over Jota, as we all know that he's mostly the favorite over Jota. So we're bringing Firmino to the squad. He's actually very cheap. 8.8 million for Firmino is not a bad price. It's still about the same price as the likes of what's his name, I think Jimenez and Antonio. As we see that Jamie Vardy also is quite expensive compared to Firmino, so it wouldn't really hurt if you have Firmino in your squad. So let's quickly look at the next few fixtures for Jamie Vardy. So we see that the next person they're going to play is Brentford, followed by Arsenal and Leeds United. So I think we can still keep Lukaku ahead of the coming game weeks, as we see that Chelsea still have really good fixtures, and Lukaku is likely to score in these fixtures. Forget that he has not scored in several game weeks now. He's going to break that deadlock. You just have to be patient. So if you have Lukaku, keep him. Don't take him out of your squad because you're going to be wildcarding. But if you don't have Lukaku, I would say it's a 50-50. It depends on how you want to arrange your squad. You can bring in Lukaku, but if you're not going to be bringing in Lukaku, Jamie Vardy is the guy to go for. So now another person I'm going to bring into the squad this time around is Wilson. Callum Wilson is back to the squad. He's back from injury, and we see that he's going to be starting a lot more games in the coming game week. So we'll be bringing Callum Wilson to the team for this. Is not exactly because he has scored in game week 8, but in my own personal team I had Wilson before he went on injury, and Wilson is actually one of the best strikers in the Premier League. It's cheap. 7.3 million is not bad for a Callum Wilson, and this is quite a balanced squad, as we see that we have 17 million remaining. Townsend stays in the team. We're going to be keeping Townsend, and like I said, Benrahma is going out of the team, and I'm actually looking for a way to bring in De Bruyne is the next guy for wildcard. So if you have bring in De Bruyne, and we can just keep a 3 million player in this squad. So 5.8 million is still okay. We've not even signed keepers. Sorry, for keepers, I think you can still okay. Let's go with Southampton's goalkeeper. Southampton has good fixtures ahead, and we can go for McCarthy. It's just 4.5 million. You can go for McCarthy. You can actually keep Brentford's goalkeeper. It's not exactly bad for Brentford. Look at it. Brentford has quite good fixtures ahead also. So just keep Raya, and you can keep Guaita also, and that's going to be it for the defense. So I don't think we can actually keep De Bruyne in this squad, as it's already past our budget. If that be the case, I think there won't be any need to sign Callum Wilson or Firmino. And I think okay, let's look at the next fixtures for the Bruyne playing against Crystal Palace. The fixtures ahead aren't exactly rosy for Callum Wilson, so we're not going to bring in Callum Wilson for game week 9 wildcard. So let's look for another replacement for him. I don't want to bring in Jim Vardy. I want to keep Lukaku. I think we can just go for Wang. Is still cheap, so I think Wang is the guy that is going to remain in the squad. So that means I can't keep Lukaku in the squad and still have Jamie Vardy. For that case, let's see the next few features are actually rosy for them too. So okay, Firmino, that means De Bruyne can't be in the squad. That means we can actually sign De Bruyne, guys. So we can't sign De Bruyne, we can't sign Mane, because if I have to sign any of those players, that means I have to take Son out of the squad. Yeah, I think we can actually bring in Pogba, but if you look at it currently, Manchester United players are not exactly in form right now, so you might actually just want to do away with Manchester United players for now. So we have just 10 million, and if you bring in Douglas Luiz, it's just 4.5. We don't really expect him to start. We have 6 million to keep a player. So like I said, Benrahma is going out of the squad. Okay, for 6 million, I think we can go for Fornals, and I think Fornals is quite a good option. Fornals is 6 million. He's also one of West Ham's best player. So in the place where you don't have in the place where you don't have Antonio and you don't have Benrahma, Fornals is the next guy to go for. So this is going to be the wildcard team selection for game week 9, and we see that nothing has exactly changed in this team. The only thing that has changed is Benrahma, whom I took out and brought in Firmino. So that means we had one free transfer before, and another point was minus 4 points. I think it's just going to be it ahead of game week 9. So the squad for game week 9 isn't totally different from game week 8. So it's just a few changes. So if you made your team selection exactly the way I said it in game week 8, you might not really necessarily even have to make any transfers in game week 9. So but if you're entirely going to if you don't have this kind of squad and you're making transfers using wildcard in game week 9, this is how your team should actually look like. I'm not saying you should buy all these players exactly, but you can make your selection based on these players. And I think we should also still go for a 4-3-3 this coming game week. But this time around, you might want to bench Marty because he's going to be playing against Manchester United in Old Trafford. So this is the time you can bring Townsend to your team. They're going to be playing against Watford. So ahead of game week 9, it's a 3-4-3 formation, and this time around you might want to keep the captain on Son. But to be honest, Lukaku has not really been performing. But if you look at the fixtures against Norwich, Chelsea is really going to beat Norwich. So wherever you're going to be captaining is up to you. And if you're going to be needing my insights into the captains for game week 9, I'm going to make another video entirely where I'll talk about the top captaincy picks for game week 9. So that's that, guys, about wildcarding in game week 9. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Even if you didn't enjoy it, just please support me by giving it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, guys, and I'll catch you right in the next one, guys. Peace.